complaining. I'm grateful for Milo. So, um, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get started because, hey, Amanda, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Hey, where do you live? Where are you at?
Indiana.
Indiana. Okay. All right, cool. And Beth is in Kentucky and I'm in Mississippi. So we're just like a little southeast kind of region here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get started. And if some people hop on, we will welcome them to our call. But I really, really, really just want to talk to you guys. Like, I kind of honestly want to go through just how I work my business every single day and just kind of take you through the steps and what you guys are going to do this month and next month and the month after that. But first, before we get into all of that, like, I want to hear from you guys. You can talk, you can use the chat bar. It doesn't matter. Obviously, there's 3 of us on here tonight. So, like, I want you guys to share with me. Just tell me really quickly, what are some wins that you had in your business this week, in your fitness, like in whatever it is that, like, that's beach body related. So y'all tell me, what are some wins you had this week?
So I had quite a few more than what I had before. People interested in at least moving forward with like wanting more information through email.
Okay.
So even just probably in the last 3 days, I've probably sent out 20 emails.
Wow. How are you collecting emails?
So I just invite them through like direct message. If they express interest, I'm asking them about their personal goals. And then from that, I make a recommendation and then ask for their email to send them more information.
Okay. So do you have a Google form yet, or you're just saying, hey, give me your email?
I have a Google form, but I'm not using it as much. I'm more just saying, I'd love to send you more information to your email.
I think that's really good. I think that next month, maybe you make it a goal to use your form more. Because that's going to collect information for you, and like you can actually just put that into a spreadsheet and use it in different ways. But that's awesome. That's really great. So how long have you been a coach, Amanda?
This is like month 2, really. Okay. 2.5.
Okay, so you just have gotten a little bit more confident in your inviting and posting and things. So what's working well for you as far as conversations?
What seems to be working the best actually is connecting either with other moms who are twin moms or other moms who are blogging.
So you're like, you're funneling into your niche more so than just fitness. Yeah. That's cool. That's great. So you're building the relationship and you're converting it to an invitation to your challenge group, right? Good. That's awesome. That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. Alyssa, we're talking about our wins from the last week. Alyssa is sick, so y'all just like give her a little love. Beth, what about you? What are some wins that you've had from this last week?
So I saw my mom today, and she's down 6 pounds.
Stop. By doing what?
Beachbody, Shakeology.
Wow.
And she's very health conscious anyway, but yeah, she's won over. She loves it.
Yeah, we're definitely signing her up as a coach next month.
Right?
Yeah.
That's right.
She got to save that 25%. That's great. That's exciting.
Yes. And then I was off from work today and I had a hair appointment, and then hairdresser, I'm friends with her on Facebook, so she's seeing all my stories and everything, and we got this big conversation about everything. And anyway, I think her mother-in-law is going to sign up.
Oh, that's awesome. Is she going to sign up, like your hairdresser?
I don't think so. It's just not. She might eventually, who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, but it's just she's not health conscious at all. But I think she's going to be more confident.
Well, what? Okay. So that's great. That's exciting. So how are you going to follow up with her mother-in-law? Like, Did she?
So she's not actually on any social media.
Yeah.
So I'm sending all this information through Tasha, my hairdresser.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to relay the information. I'll get her email to her.
Yeah. Okay. Good deal. Good deal. That's exciting. So you see how like sharing your story consistently is like, it does pay off.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Good. That's exciting. I love it. And tell your mom, like, just tell her we're proud of her.
Thank you. She's so proud of herself too, and I'm so proud of her.
Yeah. And you have you have an awesome transformation already. So yeah, be bold in that. Be bold in sharing that for sure. Cause like really honestly, and Alyssa can attest to this. She's been a coach for a while. Like, just when you're taking care of yourself and you have that transformation, that is like just fuels your fire to tell other people about it. Alyssa, do you want to talk or do you just want to listen?
Do you want me to share anything specific?
Yeah. What's a win from your week this last week? Anything?
Well, I haven't been able to post as much as I was hoping I would because I had stuff all planned out, and then everybody knows that I'm sick, and I didn't want it to be contradicting as far as like sharing the stuff that I wanted to do when people know that I'm sick, and I'm like, I just didn't want to. I want to still be real.
Yeah.
So, like yesterday, I put out there looking for tips from people that I know this credit is going around everywhere. So, just kind of connecting with people, and then when I haven't, like just sitting in bed when I have felt up to it, I've been reaching out to people that I haven't talked to in a while, and I've got a couple of girls that like back in September, like we've kind of talked nonchalantly in the last few months, but I just kind of went back to the last time they said that September wasn't the right time for them, so we're looking at them joining this next month's boot camp.
Mm-hmm.
So just kind of going back through my list, and I started a new list. I've been working on just adding followers and like reconnecting and doing that while I've been laying in bed because I feel like that's the best way I can utilize myself when I can't do much else.
Yeah.
So, which is one that I usually struggle with anyways. So it's a good thing that I've got the downtime to do it. So I've just been adding followers and doing all that and just trying to connect with people. And I went through Facebook and I did the filter where you can search like your newly added friends and did that on, you can search newest to oldest and you can filter it that way. So I went through and I made a list of all the people that I've even forgotten that I've connected with in the last, like couple months from doing all that. So I just recreated a list and then I'm starting to go back and just start adding, building those connections and stuff too. That's what I've been wanting to do while I'm sick and can't do much else.
Do you, while you're sick, do you use Google Streak?
I do.
Yeah. Do you track your like new followers, connections, things like that through Google Streak?
I haven't done that yet because I haven't gotten that deep in it. Like I've been using it mostly for like my mass email that I send out once a week.
Yeah.
I need to get more efficient on using it so I can do better with my tracking.
Yeah. So like if you're homesick tomorrow, you can literally just start where you are. Like the people that you connected with today or the friends that you add tomorrow or the birthday messages that you send tomorrow, like you can start pipelines for that. So I would definitely encourage you to do that because you do have the time right now and you don't normally have the time.
No, I usually don't. I think that's why I'm sick.
Yeah, I'm sorry you're sick. I know you feel bad.
Oh, it's just horrible, you guys. It's awful. I just thought I was in the clear. My husband's been fighting it off and on since Thanksgiving.
Is it
and I thought, I'm so good. I'm pretty sure, I think he's got a sinus infection and he's so stubborn he doesn't want to go in and get checked out. And I'm like, if I get it, you are so in trouble. And sure enough, I feel so miserable. But I feel better today than I did yesterday. Yesterday, you would not have wanted to see me at all.
I knew you felt bad yesterday. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Well, I'm glad you're having some wins, even in the sickness.
I'm just trying to make the most of it.
Yeah.
All we can do.
Melanie Mitro always says that her business grew the most when she was bedridden for 6 weeks. So there you go.
She's so funny.
She is funny. Okay. All right. All right. So I really want to, and I muted you guys, but unmute yourself if you want to talk to me, but it just cuts down on the noise. But so we have some wins. Like you guys, you're going to have wins every single week in your business. Like even in the weeks where it feels like, you know, oh my gosh, things aren't going my way, like nobody's liking my posts, people are not responding to my messages, there are still wins there. And I want you to tell me, like, and you can type it in the chat bar. Please type it in the chat bar. Definitely write it down on a piece of notebook paper. But what are 3 things that I'm going to do this week? So like by this time, next Wednesday, that will be what, February 5th? Is that what day that will be? 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, I think. What are 3 things that you're going to do by this time next week? And I have always, you guys, Alyssa can tell you this, but like I've always been a pusher. I've always been like, let's do this, let's get this done, like, you know, like boom, 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 like get it done. But I'm honestly finding that there's so much, and I am a goal getter. Like I've been a goal getter from day one. Somebody told me what to do and I did it, right? So Melanie Mitro told me to hit Success Club your first or your second month. I hit it my second month as a coach, and I've hit it every month since then. I am an Enneagram 3, like through and through. But I also know that like there's joy and there are wins and there's purpose in this business, and you can grow in your business every single month. So we are 2 days out from the end of the month. If this is your first month, you know, definitely I would encourage you to hit Success Club. You have 2.5 days left. But if you don't hit it this month and you hit it your next month, then you actually, that can count as your first month of Success Club. And this year, honestly, you guys, I love that Beachbody changed the Success Starter program. So in your first 6 months as a coach, if you hit Success Club 3 out of those 6 months, it doesn't matter which month it was. It can be your 3rd, 4th, 5th month, 4th, 5th, 6th month. But if you hit Success Club 3 out of those 6 months, you become a Success Starter. And so like, I want you guys to hit Success Club every month, but more than that, I want you to find your purpose in this business. Like I want you to find your voice. I want you to grow into who God is calling you to be. And we do that by getting outside of our comfort zone every single day. And so like, I'm challenging you guys to set 3 goals that you're going to accomplish by this time next week, all right? Or even by Friday. If your goal is Success Club, if it's by Friday, that's totally cool. That's the last day of this month. And so we have until the like midnight on the last day of the calendar month to hit Success Club. But your goals, they have to be measurable. This is so important. Like I hear coaches tell me all the time, like, oh, I want to rank advance, or I want to just make an impact. And that's great. Like that's really great. But your goals have to be measurable, right? So if your goal is to hit Success Club by January 31st and you have no points on the board, then you have to sell 3 challenge packs. Or maybe you have 2 points, then you have to sell 2 challenge packs, right? If your goal is to track your nutrition every single day, then you need to have the nutrition app downloaded on your phone, and you need to set a goal to post it in your challenge group or to send it to your coach every single day. If your goal is to add 20 new people to your friends list, to Facebook, or to follow 50 new people on Instagram and to grow your Instagram following by 20 people, like that's measurable. You can wake up or come to this call on Wednesday night next week and you can say, I hit Success Club, or I added 50 new followers, or I tracked my nutrition every day, right? That's measurable. If your goal is to earn an income, do you want to earn $50 next week? If you sell 1 challenge pack, you guys, you earn $50, all right? If you sell Energize, if you sell a Beachbody On Demand subscription, like you earn $40 for a Beachbody On Demand subscription, all right? So set a goal and start to educate yourself on how you're going to get there. So your goals need to be measurable. I want you guys to type in the chat bar while I'm talking, and I want you to tell me what your 3 goals are for this time next week, all right? Now, what to do. Honestly, this is where I lose people. This is where people are like, oh, I like to set goals. Like, I like to write them down on paper and post them on my wall. But this is where I lose people. How do you actually make those goals happen? right? And so I am going to talk about Success Club because honestly, like as a coach, like that is like our goal. That's your goal, to help 3 people every single month. And you know, like I said, you may be aiming for it, you may be pushing for it by Friday. I hope you are, especially if you have points on the board. But if you're starting in February, this is still going to apply. The month is going to roll over. Friday night at midnight, you're going to wake up on Saturday and you're going to have a big fat egg in your Coach Online office. You're going to have a 0 for Success Club. I'm going to have a 0 for Success Club, and we all start over. I love that about this business. So right now, your new coaches, for the most part, you guys are, you're going to start. When I was a new coach, I started inviting people that I knew best. I honestly, like towards the end of every month, like I have hit Success Club every month, but honestly, in the new months, my early months, it wasn't that easy for me. And there were some months where I would come down to the end of the month and I'd be like, I'm at SC2 or I'm at SC4, you know, just don't have anybody in the pipeline. I'm just going to sit on the fence and try again in February, right? So I want you guys to get that mentality out of your head. If you're not at Success Club and you want to be, you can do it. Sign up. I mean, I think every new coach can sign up their mom, their spouse, their best friend. Boom, you're at Success Club. Honestly, don't overthink it. It really is a simple process. You don't need to go watch more videos. You guys are very, like, if you're on this call, honestly, you're like my tribe. Like, you're the people who work this business. And you've probably watched all of the videos. You've probably been in your Coach Online office. You've probably listened to the National Wake Up Calls and to the emails that I've sent you and the videos there. You don't need to go watch another video. Just invite the people that are closest to you, right? And ask yourself, am I spending time on the business activities that are going to move me forward? I will tell you, like, as a coach coming into this business today, there are so many bells and whistles. There are so many apps that are fun to play with. There are so many, like, you know, Canva stories you can make and pretty images. You don't need to worry about that right now. Like, you'll have plenty of time to worry about that in the future, but ask yourself, am I spending time on the activities that are moving my business forward? And honestly, you guys, and my business activity tracker always gets stuck in my little basket here, but these are the things that move your business forward. You should have your business activity tracker printed off. You know, if you had them printed off for January, print 4 more off for February. And these are the things that you are going to do. Now, when you are inviting, what are you inviting to? I know this gets really confusing for new coaches. You're like, Rachel, like, am I running my own group, or am I inviting to yours? If I'm inviting to yours, when does it start? So for me personally, I don't really want you to worry so much about like the name of the group and the theme, but for my team personally, my February group is called Live Loved and Set Free. It's all about this idea, this concept that we are created on purpose, and it's so easy for us to become enslaved to diets, to the scale, to worrying about, like, what do we look like? Am I gaining weight? Am I losing weight? And it's important to be healthy, but it's more important to understand that this is my only body. God gave it to me on purpose, for a purpose. And if I don't take care of it, then I can't live out my purpose, right? And so our goal is to, like, get rid of the negative thinking about dieting and what is the number on the scale, and, you know, do I look like other people, and just to love our bodies and to be set free from that mentality of self-destruction and self-defeat. Because, guys, we are loved by the creator of the universe, and that in itself should motivate us to love our bodies, to fuel it, to move, to take care of it, to join a community of women who love God too and who will hold us accountable, right? So that's kind of the theme of my February group. And you guys can invite to that if you're a new coach, for sure. I actually have, if you go, let's see, let me go back out. Let me expand you guys, if I can do this. There we go. Okay. So I actually even have like a Google Drive on how to invite to a challenge group. Like our new coaches, and I know Abby has this as well. So in our Google Drive, we have like sample conversations. I have exactly like how to invite to a challenge group. And I have scripts, and I don't want you to be scripty or scripted in your conversations. I definitely want you to be you. And I want you to go out and tell people like, hey, Sally, you know, like, I mean, Beth, you just used that example. You were talking to your hairdresser. And yeah, she may not be into joining a challenge group today, but you know what? If she hears your excitement and she sees your results, like at some point, she is, I'm trying to find my new coach thing. Where is, there it is. She is going to get tired of the way that she feels and the way that she looks, right? And so that is going to be your in, like to talk to her about, I'm sorry, I'm looking for something. Invite to a challenge group. That's what I'm looking for. You're going to go and you're going to talk to people and you're just going to be like, hey, you know, I want you to be my first success story. I want you to be my first transformation. I want to help you feel really good, feel as good as I feel about myself. And I really want you to join a challenge group. You're not going to like make a story. You're not going to make an image and send it to her. You're just going to reach out to people that you know best and say, hey, I want you to be my success story. And some of them may not respond to you. Some of them may not get as excited as you are, but that's okay. Eventually they will get as excited as you are. And so like go into our team Google Drive, go into our new coach Google Drive, use these resources that I've sent you, follow my conversation example. Don't copy it word for word. Be yourself. Tell your own story. But use that to actually get into people's inboxes and invite them to our challenge group. Okay? That's going to be really important. Just start with the people who are closest to you. And then the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to make a post about your group. All right? If you have not done this already, you need to do it. You can do it tonight. Honestly, if it's too late where you're at, don't do it. Wait until in the morning or tomorrow night, but make a post about your group. You're going to give a call to action. If people don't know what you have to offer, they're not going to join you. And yes, I want you to be in people's inboxes, but honestly, part of this business is running your business on the outside as well as on the inside. The outside is your social media. The outside is your Instagram and your Facebook and your stories. So you have to tell people what you have to offer. You know, if you have a transformation, which you guys all should at this point, you know, even if it's not something that's just like crazy life altering, but you have a transformation. I was talking to a new coach today. And she was like, Rachel, I don't really need to lose weight. I've never needed to lose weight, but I did lift 4 and I finished it and I felt so good. Like I felt really good. And I want other people to feel that way. And I told her, I was like, that's your post. Like that's your post. You can put it side by side. It doesn't matter. But you tell people what you just told me, right? And I know, like I look at, Amanda, I don't know you that well, but I look at Beth and I look at Alyssa, and I know you guys have your own transformations. And that is our job to not have the perfect body, but to constantly be on a journey where we are taking the best care of ourselves that we can, right? So don't overanalyze it. Don't overthink your post. Don't spend an hour trying to write a post about this, 20 minutes max. I promise you guys, like you'll get better at writing, you'll get better at photos, but right now you just need to make a post, all right? So what's going to be in your post? I challenge you to remember what drew you to Beachbody in the first place. Like what drew you to me or Abby or whoever your upline coach is, and just tell your story. For me, I was tired. Like I was defeated. I woke up most days and I didn't want to get out of bed. I kept hitting the snooze button. I had no energy. My cholesterol was through the roof. For 2 weeks out of the month, I snapped at my husband because my hormones were so crazy before my period came. And I knew that if I didn't do something to make a change, then my life was just like on this downward spiral. And it all started with the choices that I was making, or the choices I wasn't making, honestly. And then I found this. Then I found this company. You don't need to say Beachbody. I just found like workouts I could do at home. I found a nutrition plan that wasn't a quick fix, and I followed it for 3 weeks, and I lost 6 pounds. And I was like, dang, I could do this. Like, I could do this. I found my coach. I found her community. I found women who were just like me, who were moms, who were women who struggled with self-confidence, who were women who struggled with like circling that mountain of self-defeat, but they kept showing up, and that accountability kept me on track, right? And so that's my post. That's your post, whatever your story is. And then you say, I have 3 spots left, and I am actually inviting you to the same type of accountability, to the same resources that I work. My next challenge group starts February 3rd. Doesn't matter what the start date is, but like my next challenge group starts February 3rd, February 10th, and you give a call to action at the end. Here's how you get more information. Comment below. Like this post, send me a message. If you have a Google form already, fill out my Google form, right? Tell people what to do. When you make a call to action, post it. The key components of that post are your story, your struggle, where were you at before? Where are you at now? And what about this opportunity changed to help you make a lasting change? And then give details about when your challenge group starts, and then give a clear call to action. Tell people what to do. All right. So that's your post. Make it tonight when you get off. I honestly, really good posting times have always been about like 8 o'clock to 9:30 or 10. That's a good time for me to post. A lot of my people are online. If you don't know, go to your Instagram, go to your Facebook, look at those little green dots and see who is actually online right now. If you use the Plan app, it will actually tell you like when is a good time to post based on your following. And so just be smart about it. I mean, I'm not going to post a post at midnight and expect a lot of people to interact with it, right? So, but have a post. If it's too late tonight, make one tomorrow and get your message and your content out there. All right. If you guys have questions, drop them in the chat thing. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take that same content, your same story, and you're going to make some stories from it, right? They don't have to be pretty. You don't have to have this beautiful template, although I give you templates in our Google Drive, right? Just get on your phone. I don't have my phone in front of me, but just get on your phone and talk. Like, open up your story, slide over to the hands-free option and click record, pick a cute filter if you want to, and just talk. It can be super awkward and weird at the beginning, but you just got to do it. Like, you just got to do it and say, hey guys, I just shared my results from my most recent fitness program. I'm only through doing bar, like I'm only 3 weeks in, but I'm loving it. This is what I'm getting. But I know like it's hard to share this story sometimes, but I know there are women out there like me. There are other women, other moms, other whatever that need the help like I did. And I am actually opening 3 spots to a challenge group that starts in February. If you saw my results, if it sounds like your story, if you need help just getting started, like then message me. I have 3 spots available, and put the little poll in there. Put the little poll like that says message to you now, or I need help, right? Give people an opportunity to engage with you. If you'd like to chat about my results with me, then let's talk. I have an accountability group that starts Monday. Boom. Done. You don't have to do anything crazy and fancy, but just share your story. All right. So that's the outside. That's the outside of your business that you're going to have to, like, I honestly make like 1 post, maybe 2 call to action posts a week. And then the rest of my posts are just like Rachel life. Who am I besides a Beachbody coach, right? Because I want to connect with people on that level. And then I invite, honestly, to my stories every day. In my stories every day, I'm inviting for somebody to try a free meal plan, or to a challenge group, or to coaching. And you're just going to get bolder and more consistent in that, in your business. The next thing, and honestly, you guys, I'm just working from the business activity tracker, is you're going to invite people. Like, you're going to have this outside part of your business where you're publicizing what you're doing, but then you have the back end of it where you're actually having these conversations with people. And so my goal And my goal has always been, and I teach my coaches, you should wake up every single day and your inbox should have messages because you've invited people the day before or you've built connections the day before. You never want to wake up, unless it's like on a Sunday or a Monday, and not have messages in your inbox. You should always wake up to messages in your inbox because that means you did your job the day before. And so when you invite here, obviously I've already talked about reach out to the people you know, your family, your friends, your whatever, coworkers. But as you grow your business, you are going to start to reach out to people, anyone, like any guy. Like, please don't overthink it. Don't sit down, make a list tonight. Just start inviting. Anybody who has ever liked your photos, who has ever commented on your photos, people who continually watch your stories, or maybe you have that person that's like, hey, I follow you on social media and you're just so inspiring. You invite them. Just send them a message. I don't know if you've ever heard of Mel Robbins, the 5-second rule. She talks about like 5, 3, 2, 1. Don't overthink it. You count down to 5 and you just do it. Whatever it is you need to do. You're going to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, send a message. Okay. Just say, hey, thank you so much for the love on my post. Again, same thing. Like sometimes it's scary to put myself out there, but I appreciate your support and I love what I'm doing. I love my results. I'm passionate. I'm on a mission to help other women feel as good as I feel. Do you have any health and fitness goals for yourself? Yes. Alyssa said, send it and walk away. That's absolutely right. And so like you just don't, again, like I love to make a list. I am like the queen of making a list of people I'm going to invite. And then I just make the list and I go to bed. Don't do that. Just sit down and just send out 10 messages before you go to bed tonight. All right. People will ignore your message. Absolutely. Like you're going to get ignored. That's just part of it. But who cares? Like who cares? Honestly, they will watch you and they will be inspired. They will join you someday. Like, hear me. They will join you someday if you stick with this. So just keep inviting. I want you to set a goal of inviting at least 3 new people every single day and keep, like fostering those conversations, following up with those people, and just continue to do it. The more you invite, the more confident that you will become in it. The more you invite, the more you'll learn how to work through conversations. And here's the thing too, like don't get too excited when people say they want more information, because some people will say, yeah, tell me more, and they'll never respond. Or you'll go through a whole conversation and then they'll find out how much it is and they'll be like, that's too much, or they'll just never respond. That's just part of it. So I don't want you to get your hopes up or invest too much in like one person that says, yes, tell me more. Just focus on the person. Focus on building the relationship. Focus on asking questions about their goals and really investing in them and letting them know, hey, I care. Like, I really care. And at the end, if you go all the way through a conversation, you get their email, you send them the information, and they say no, like it's still a person on the other end of that conversation. And you can help them. They can try Energize, they can do Beachbody on Demand, or they can do nothing. And you can still say, can I send you one of my meal plans, or can I send you a couple of recipes just to help you get started with clean eating? Give them something and tuck their email address away for another month, another time, and say, can I follow up with you at a later date? Most people are going to be like, yeah, that's totally fine. All right. And so they go into your follow-up list, into your funnel, where you're going to follow up with them some other time. All right. So, if your goal is SC5 by the 31st, then you need to not go to bed until you've sent at least 10 invites, right? And you'll wake up tomorrow with, maybe you'll have some no's in your inbox. Maybe you'll have some yeses. Maybe you'll have some ghosts. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you get in the habit of doing this. And honestly, set a timer. You can send 10 invites in 20 minutes and boom, you can go to bed, and you don't have to think, oh, could I have done more? You can go to bed thinking, I did what I needed to do. And tomorrow I'm going to do it again, right? And so just go down your friends list and make it happen. And just like I said, I love going to bed knowing that I did my job for that day, right? And if you're a new coach, honestly, like if you signed up this week or like halfway through this month, realistically, honestly, hitting Success Club this month, you could do it, but maybe February is your month where you just like go all in and you apply these things. And I honestly, like I say all the time, I think any new coach can hit Success Club the first month with their family and their spouse, whatever, but just start the habit today. Start the habit today. So that's inviting. I'm going to move on to the next thing on our tracker, connecting. I honestly love connecting. I could sit at my desk all day long and connect with people. Like, it's my jam. But I also think it makes me really good at finding people to join my challenge groups, because I invest in the person in a genuine manner before I actually invite them, unless they're just like all over my content. If they're liking and commenting and watching my stories, then I invite them pretty quickly. But again, set your timer for 20 minutes to connect with people. And honestly, you just we are professional friend makers, okay? We are professional friend makers. We are talking to people. We're adding followers. We're liking and commenting on people's posts. We're starting genuine conversations. If I follow someone or they follow me and I can find nothing in their feed to connect with them about, I'm not going to send a fake message. I'm going to move on and look for somebody else that I can connect with, right? So people who like your stories, like your posts, I send a message like, hey, I'm Rachel. I don't think we've actually met here, but I noticed you were liking my stories or watching my stories, and I just want to say thanks. Like, I love to share my story here. I would love to learn more about you. And I can't wait to find out more about you. Where are you from? Do you have a family? Like, how long have you followed me? Just always follow it up with a question. And again, remember, it's a person on the other end of that line. It's, this is a little scary at first, but really and truly, it's social media. So people come to be social. So we can't be afraid of talking to people. And, somebody told me a long time ago as a coach that when people watch your stories or they like your post or they follow you, it's like they're making eye contact with you. If you were at a soccer game or a baseball game or church or somewhere and somebody looked at you, you're not going to be like, you're not going to look away. You're going to be like, hey, how are you? Right? So social media is that way too. And that's their form of connecting with you. All right. So connecting is something that I do every day. I aim to connect with at least 10 new people every single day. That's my goal. And so your goal may be 5 people or 3 people. It doesn't matter. Just set a goal and stick to it and track it on your business activity tracker. What I would do, honestly, I keep losing this tracker. What I would do is that I would actually use the back of that tracker and just write down the names of people that you follow or connect with or something like that every single week. The next thing that you're going to do, and this seriously can take 10 minutes, you guys, 10 minutes, is grow your following. Facebook is super easy. They always, like I always say, Melanie told me to follow 3 new people a day, and I did it. And I started with Facebook. That was my big platform then. But Facebook is always suggesting you follow friends of friends. So I would just do it. Honestly, I never followed guys, or if they looked kind of strange or we didn't have a lot of friends in common, I didn't follow them, but I would just, Facebook would say follow, 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 and I would click follow, 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 and I would just add my following that way. On Instagram, you can search hashtags, or you can go to local shops or boutiques, or you can follow friends of friends. It's not hard, honestly, to find people to follow. Just grow your following. On Facebook, if one of the things I did a lot as a brand new coach is I would join local groups. So if you are a homeschooling mom, or like Amanda, you said you're a twin mom, or, like Beth, you're a dog mom, Alyssa has a daughter who's very involved in sports. Bless her heart, she's injured, but she's been very involved in sports. There's so many local Facebook groups out there that you can join and just start real conversations with people. We've been talking about homeschooling, and so like a couple of months ago, I joined a Mississippi Moms homeschooling group, and it's genuine. Like, I went in there and legit asked questions about this, and I didn't go in there and start inviting people to my challenge group. I went in there and started friending people who were in that group, and they followed me back, and so they're seeing my content, and I can go into their inbox and say, hey, we're thinking about this curriculum for homeschool. What's your favorite one? How do you homeschool boys? That type of stuff. If you are involved in like a local church, or you're reading, like, you know, for me, I'm going to read Jenny Allen's new book. Like, I follow Jenny Allen and I look at her posts and I follow people who follow her. You know, if there's a Facebook group for everybody who's reading Made to Crave, like, you can go in there and you can connect with people and friend those people as well, and start real conversations, right? So grow your following. Seriously, don't sit there with your phone in front of your hand for like an hour and be like, I don't know what to do. Just boom, 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 boom. Like, follow, add. Okay. It's not hard. And then the next thing is follow-ups. So listen to this. This is important. It takes people hearing about a challenge group or connecting with you probably like 7-ish times on average before they commit. Okay. So you're going to follow up with people quite a bit. You're going to follow up with people whom you've invited, but they're just watching you and they don't really respond. Or you're going to follow up with people you've had a conversation with. Maybe they filled out your Google form, or maybe you sent them some information about the challenge group and they just haven't responded. You can't be afraid to follow up with people. I always heard it as a new coach, the fortune is in the follow-up. And I would say that probably 80 to 90% of people who sign up with me are people that I follow up with. All right. So people get busy, or maybe they have questions and they're kind of afraid to answer it. Maybe they see that $160 and they're like, no way. And they don't understand the challenge pack. Right. So it's definitely important to follow up with people and just be real and say, hey, you know, I know you saw my message, or I know you got my email. Like, I didn't hear back from you, and I know you really wanted to do this. Do you have any questions or concerns? Or, you know, maybe Bar Blend is $20 off through Friday. I know you wanted to do it. I'm loving this program. I don't want you to miss out on this. Do you have any questions, or are you just ready to get started, right? So people will usually, when you open that door with, do you have any questions or concerns? They'll usually walk through it and say, yeah, that's just really too much. Or, you know, I don't get paid until Friday. Or, you know, we had a medical bill pop up and I just don't feel like I can spend that money. Or I just think that's way too much to spend for a shake. And that is really a good opportunity for you to learn and talk through the conversations and the questions and the concerns that people are going to have. All right. So view those follow-ups, view those conversations, and ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Why do you think that it costs too much? Or why don't you want to work out at home? Or why don't you want to drink a shake, right? So ask them questions and just say, I really want to understand because I want to be able to serve people better. Okay. So ask questions. And also, you know, follow-ups, phone a friend. Like, again, I talked about this earlier. Like, ask your best friend, ask your sister, ask your aunt, your cousin, whatever. Say, hey, this is my first month in my business. I really want you to be like a really great success story for me. And would you be willing to be my first testimonial? You know, you guys, you can even do this, like a Hail Mary. Like, I'll give you my commission. You're allowed to give people, you know, your commission back. Just tell your sister, hey, if you do this, if you do the 21-day fix, if you drink your Shakeology for a month and you share your results with me, I'll give you my commission back. Like, you can just give them the $40 or $50, you know, on your own if they buy the challenge pack. Like, I have done things like that. Like, I've had a friend buy a 3-day refresh challenge pack. They kept Shakeology. They didn't want 3-day refresh, so I paid them for the 3-day refresh, and I locked in Success Club that month, you know. So I have done things like that just to hit my goals. But here's the thing too. You are getting your business off the ground. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be a learning curve. It's going to feel unnatural at first. But there's also a lot of joy there in learning and doing the grunt work and getting it off the ground, starting those conversations. It's okay to get no's. Like, honestly, if you're getting no's from people, I love it, because that means you're inviting people. That means you're getting into people's inboxes and telling them about what you're doing. And again, like I said, don't be afraid to ask questions if you get no's. Their answers are going to give you insight into what other people are thinking. And if you get a lot of objections about the cost, you know, that gives you kind of some fuel to educate people in your content or in future conversations. And also remember, like, no is not forever. It honestly, if you stick with this, no just means not right now. I still, 5 years into my business, I have people who come to me and they're like, Rachel, I've watched you for 5 years. Like, I've never joined. I thought it was kind of crazy. But you've just had so much success and you're so energetic. And I love seeing the transformations. Like, I want to join you, right? You right now are building the foundation of your business. You know, and again, like all these things I just went through with you, like block out some time on your calendar for tomorrow and Friday. I want to encourage you, work Monday through Friday consistently, do these things consistently. If you can, you know, I know some of you guys work crazy hours, so maybe you have to build your business a little on Saturday or Sunday, but block out the time the rest of the week, and then block out your time next week and say, I'm going to spend 20 minutes here inviting. I'm going to spend 10 minutes here connecting. I'm going to spend 10 minutes here sending follow-ups. I'm going to spend 15 minutes here growing my following. Okay. If you block out the time, if you put it in your calendar, you will do it. And make your plan for February. Again, you can follow the same structure, these same things I talked to you guys about tonight. And honestly, you could be at Success Club by next Friday, and you could lock it in for February for your team cup, for whomever you're partnering with, and lock in that Success Club goal. And here's another thing I want you to understand. Like, I've been doing this 5 years. Like, I've been doing this going on 5.5 years. Don't compare yourself to me. This is your start. I had a start just like you. If you scroll all the way back to my social media posts and invites and all those things at the beginning in August of 2014, you would laugh your socks off. Like, I am not who I was then. And that's cool. I'm glad about that. Like, I'm so excited about the change and the confidence that God has given me through this. But I had to start. And it was honestly awful. My posts and my conversations and things. But I got better. Every day was an opportunity to practice and to grow more confident and to become bolder and to honestly just serve more people. So just start and view every post, every story, every message that you send as practice. And every win builds your confidence, whether it's hitting Success Club, or maybe it's losing 2 pounds, or maybe it's making your first post, or maybe it's talking for the first time in your stories. Every win builds your confidence, and you will come back next week, and we're going to have another call next Wednesday night. If you're a new coach, you probably want to, and you didn't hit Success Club this month, or maybe you came in halfway, you're going to want to go through Coach University again. And we will have these calls every week, and maybe you missed some of the content and you will catch up with it next week. But I want you to bring your wins next week, and I want to see your tracker. I'm going to start holding you guys accountable to your tracker for my new coaches especially, and that is where you are going to build this business. All right? So let me see what you guys said. Amanda, you said your goal was Success Club 5 this month, 2 more challenge packs for February, IG stories to attract a working coach in your downline. That's exciting. That's exciting. And then 50 new IG followers. That's perfect. I love Alyssa. You said send your message and walk away, especially for those ones that you're terrified. I still get terrified to send messages, honestly. I still do. Alyssa, you said you had a girl take your poll about the coaching opportunity. You chatted and she went quiet. She said her life was crazy. Right. People are just busy. Yeah, don't worry about it. You just keep putting it out there. You keep following up, and eventually, honestly, they will join, like either as a challenger or as a coach. I mean, like this works for anybody and everybody. So just keep being bold in your message. All right. Do you guys have any questions for me before we go? No? Did that help? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Well, I will see you back here next Wednesday. Or maybe it's me and Abby, but either way, we'll be here to like serve you guys and pour into you. All right. Good night, you guys.
Thanks, Rachel.